Today is Friday. World War III might kick off next week, and it's got me very existential. I think I figured out why good people, if they die, still go to hell should they not believe in Christ. Does that shit make any sense? Like the correlation? No. But I feel like that applies to all religions in general. Jesus Christ as a mythology, the way to live your life so that at the end of your life, you're not upset with how you lived it. Most definitely. That's exactly what Christ is. By doing things in the way he tells you to do things every single day that you can for the rest of your life in perpetuity until you die, you're going to get to the end of your life and be happy that you lived it that way. That's to say that, after I die, I plan on going to the afterlife with him, but focusing specifically on the part that happens while you're on earth, because that is very important. Parallels that Christianity has between like Stoicism or, I don't know, another religion like Buddhism, Machiavellianism, is that you commit to living a certain way for the rest of your life, regardless of how people perceive you, how it is perceived by the masses, how you feel about it, how much danger it could physically and mentally put you in, continuing down the path until you reach some kind of ascendancy. When in Stoicism, it's the fact that a man becomes able to tackle anything that is put in his path without completely breaking down. And again, for religion, it's the afterlife, or the state of knowing that you're going to the afterlife because of the things that you do. What does that have to do with me saying nice people still go to hell or don't live a life that they want to? Like, if you don't lock in at some point for the rest of your life on one singular decision, you're gonna live in constant regret, constant anxiety, and just like moral inobjectivity, which will make you a more unhappy person in the long run. I'm gonna use an example. It is the taking of a way of life to the point that whatever your decisions at the end of that life, you are fully in accordance with them. The exact opposite of that, in an almost prophetic and parallel kind of way, would be the President of the United States. I feel like he actually represents very well what I'm talking about when I say good person. Good people aren't necessarily good people. They're not doing anything that would grant them access to the higher level of ascendancy that we're talking about. Quite literally being tossed around to everybody, being everyone's bitch for the rest of his life until he dies. Physically, until he dies. One of the richest men in the world ever, probably. Is he happy? No. Was he happy when he was doing all of that shit to people? Probably not. No grown man should be even messing around with people of that age range. Okay? The moral compass should be going off. Everything in religion tells you that it's wrong. And yet, being the good person to the people around him that he is, the President of the United States continues to engage in activities like that. To his cabinet, he's probably the best person. He's keeping them all out of jail. The connection between being a good person, let me state that, doesn't even necessarily have to be the people like you. It's just that, and bear with me now, you're not in opposition to anything. That's a good person. People won't like you when you're in opposition to something. Many people have been like, damn, I'm a fucking piece of shit. For no reason, bro. For no reason. One of the craziest things that ever happened was I got in shape, came back into someone's life whose life I was out of, and I didn't try to rebuild that relationship, but a nigga's gonna act like a nigga is gonna act in the present time and not the past time, and they didn't like that, so they switched up on me, and they don't like me. Now, if I was a good person in that situation, meaning I would have acquiesced to their demands and retreated into the little bitch shell that I used to be in, they wouldn't have gotten to know me, and I'd be lying to that person anyways. This way, the relationship is completely null and void. They don't like me. I don't feel anything towards them. I feel good. I'm aligned with my moral beliefs, and they might hate, but it's like, damn, it's not about them. You see where I'm going with that? What's a good example? If you go to like a mega church and they demand you to give tithes and offerings, you'll see that they have an ever escalating demand on the people that they're asking money from. Why? Because they know these people believe that if they do a certain thing, they will be rewarded in a certain way. They're trying to pay their way to heaven. What should they be doing? Saying no, not fuck you, because you shouldn't swear. Get away from me, charlatan. Leave that church and immediately congregate amongst actual like-minded religious folk. They just do the same shit. They keep giving people money because they think it's a good thing, but it's not good. That's not what it means. And I hope you understand it, is that instead of being a good person, you should try to be the best version of yourself. Very cheesy, very corny. Same message that I have at the end of all my videos. But this time, I have an actual antidote, and that's beautiful. I'll leave you with one more. This is why nice guys finish last, okay? I don't personally think there's any separation between a nice guy and the guy who gets a girl, aside from the fact that the guy who gets the girl is okay with the fact that what he says might make her uncomfortable. It's like a very abstract concept for niggas who always go around pleasing women. You can just say certain things to a woman and she might not like what you say, and then what happens after that? That's what goes on in their minds. They don't get it. They don't understand that you can't catch them all, and so you have to try to catch them all. You feel me? They wait around until she makes up her mind, or you know, if he's gonna actually end up with this girl, she's gonna get like absolutely fucking plowed by every single person around her, and then settle down with him at like 30, have like 2 kids, never fuck him, steal half his money when she gets divorced, go back on doing hoe shit when she's like 40. It's depressing. No one likes that. If he, 10 years prior to when she got ran through, was completely okay with the fact that she might outright reject him at face value because she doesn't think he's attractive, he doesn't think he's that nigga, then quite literally, he would win and she would win. She would find a sucker, or the actual love of her life, and so would he, because he tried with another girl. He wouldn't have to change anything about his character. He wouldn't have to change anything about his interests, what he likes, what he doesn't like. He just have to try again with different people. Completely okay with the fact that he's gonna make a bunch of them uncomfortable and a bunch of them turned on. Hey, look at this guy who came up to me and said hi. What a beautiful Negro. I like the fact that he's into, I don't know, what a weird nigga's into. People can be into anything these days and it'd be okay. I remember when anime wasn't cool. That's just the coolest thing in the world right now. K-pop is cool. K-drama is cool. Everything is cool if you let it be cool. Instead of like letting people be like, hey, anime sucks, and you're the nice guy who says, yes, it does. No, Jujutsu Kaisen is fucking peak. I won't stand for the slander.